Welcome back, HART Sapphire Series 2021. It's Super Saturday, Game 3, and boy do we have a cracker. It's the USQ Jets sitting in third, taking on Carina Leagues Club Tigers. They're in sixth, trying to fight their way into the Final Four. And my name is Dave Mills, joined in commentary by Tigers Ruby head coach, coach extraordinaire Joe Hope. This should be an absolute belter, yeah?
It certainly should be, particularly if Tigers play like they did last week against Thunder.
Of course, Tigers last week took on the Thunder. They won that one 59-55. USQ Jets, they're coming off a third straight loss. They lost to the Bull Sharks 55-40. Tigers 3 in a row. They need 4 in a row to make the finals. Let's talk about the teams. First up there's the Jets side. Charlie Bell, the shooter. Beryl Friday, the goal attack. Brooke Hams is the wing attack. The centre is Steph O'Brien. Caitlin Pollock, the wing defence. The goal defence is Bridie Condren. Siobhan Sherlaw is the keeper. Abigail Houston, McKeely Hock, and Lily Cubby make up the bench. Tracy Jeans Fraser, one of the best in the business. She is the coach. Assistant coach Nicole Grant. Ashley Pollock is the manager. The Tigers, Abigail Latu-Miafal, Amy Somerville make up their impressive shooting end. Jada Gaffer, Ali McLeod, and Alice Morga are the mids. Goal defence, Ree Childs. Lynette Childs is the keeper. The subs for this one, Tash Robinson, Lily Gray. The girl with the big smile, Shelley Rosenoff, is on the bench as well. Coached by Aaron Burns, the assistant is Megan Snell, and Ashley Nagamo is the manager. We're just before kickoff here, or first pass if you want to say, and we would like to take this time to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which this great game is taking place, the Turrbal and Jagera people, and pay our respects to the elders past, present and emerging, and extend that respect to any Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people watching today. The umpires, they're in readiness. That is, of course, Cara Winterbaum and Claire Johnson, and Jessica Lakeman is the third umpire. Well, this is it. The Tigers with it all to play for. There are 95 competition points. Fourth place is the Thunder on 110. They need a minimum of 15. They probably actually need a minimum of 16 because of the percentage they need to go ahead of the Thunder. So they've got to win 3.5 quarters to get that. Joe, can they do it?
We'll soon find out. Definitely.
Inspiring words, Joe.
Yeah, inspiring. Look, they've got the talent to do it. Based off the game they played last week, they certainly should do something very similar tonight. Something
special is what Joe's calling it. What margin are you going to say?
Oh, look, I reckon it might be 6.
6 to the Tigers. I'm actually going to go to the Tigers myself. The Jets just seem to be in a bit of a hole at the moment. I know they've had a great week of training, so maybe they can get themselves out of it. But right now, I'm going to go Tigers by just a couple. And the ball is with them now in their offensive end. It falls to Somerville, this inspirational captain. Oh, that just slipped out of her hands.
Oh, she's let it go there.
Well, that's not the start. I just talked her up. Inspirational captain, and she threw it away. Oh, it slipped there on the...
We got Lynette. She's trying to get up there with Charlie Bell.
Well, that's a tough task there. Charlie Bell comes into this one as the number one shooter in volume. She has shot 394 out of 467 at 84%. Number one by volume, number 4 by percentage. And the Jets look like a different side to last week. They obviously had a great week at training. And they get the first 2. So Jets lead it by 2. And they're in the first minute. So good start to the Jets there, Joe.
Certainly is.
So
Tigers are yet to warm up, get into the groove of the game.
So they fire it in. There's the Kay Cotty all alone. And it is a great shot there to Abigail Latu-Miafal. She's made a real difference. She's played the last 3. They've won the last 3. So it'd be good to have her all the time.
I know. She's certainly an asset to the team.
So back they go. Great hands here by the centre court there in Ali McLeod. She brings a bit of starch to this mid-third. And again, they have to force it back to Pollock. Eventually, O'Brien gets it in the pocket. Finds Bell under the hoop. Goal number 3 coming up for her. And there it is. So Charlie Bell hard to stop, isn't she, Joe?
She is. Lynette's looks like she's biding her time and getting her movement ready and her footwork, so hopefully she'll get up nice and strong.
So join us on the Facebook as you can, anytime you want, through the HART Sapphire Series Facebook page. As a couple super coaches are, and Tracy Bruce and Amanda Stagg watching this game with interest.
They are super coaches, Millsy.
Allegedly.
Absolutely.
Very much like yourself is what I'm hearing from you guys sitting in second on the ladder right here.
We certainly are very proud of the girls. We had a really physical game against Jets at 5 o'clock this afternoon. So
did you win it?
We certainly did.
Threw a few elbows?
Oh, look, I was up and down, up and down.
I've heard that about you, Joe. Up and down, up and down. So the ball back with the Jets now. They're leading this one 3-1. Jets 3 losses and looking to turn that around. And I spoke to Tracy Jeans-Fraser before the match. She said they had a great week. They got some specialists in. They got the USQ the sports psychologist, Stephen Bird, and he's helped them through a lot of stuff just to clear the old cobwebs out of the mind. And they're playing with freedom today. And we've got a bib on the ground. It's Barrel Friday's bib. Joe, look, I ask every specialist commentator, can we fix the bib?
Fix the bib?
Fix the bib. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get men's into netball proper and fix the bib. Can we do those two things, Joe?
Oh.
The ball's thrown away here. And Tigers with a chance here to get into this lead. Oh, contact here and behind there from Hams. Nope, she went offside first by the looks of it. No, it's Beryl. Beryl's with the contact. Beryl had an injury a couple of weeks ago. Doesn't seem to be hampering her today. Doesn't have the traditional... She's been having strapping on the knees. That's gone as well. So that's a good sign for the Jets. So over to Somerville. Looks in. Oh, contact call here. I think on Pollock it is.
Yeah. Defensively, Ipswich Jets are really strong. Caitlin Pollock's working really hard as wing defence. She's a really good goal defence as well.
She is indeed.
Yeah.
Of course, one of the many mothers in our league. Took a year, I think 2 years off to have a bub. And she's back with a vengeance. Played Ruby last year, and now she's back in the Sapphire series. So now we're with the Tigers through Ali McLeod. Jada Gaffer's had a great year thus far. Needs one more big superhuman effort to get him into the 4. They fire it back, Somerville. Artu Mearfowl under the heavy contact of Condren. It's a little bit loose at the moment. Super shot time here from Somerville.
Oh, beautiful.
Had snow on it. They went that high, but she gets it anyway. Oh, you laugh at my jokes. I like this. We're getting you back, Joe.
I was told that I had to.
Oh, well done. 4-3. Oh, fires in Beryl Friday. Twinkle toes along the goal line. She gets the goal. It's 5-3. Jets. That was a quick one. We're inside. We haven't even played 5. Back with the Tigers now. Oh, here we go. Siobhan Sherlaw. She does that well. Here's this fast transition. I'm telling you what, Joe, there are different sides to the side we saw last week, the Jets. They are coming with a bit more enthusiasm. And they looked quite tired last week. And Charlie Bell caught that one out of court. So back now with the Tigers. McLeod with it, looks down, nowhere to go, has to go all the way across to Malga, has had a great year as well.
Yeah, she has.
Of course, she made the state 19 side that didn't go away.
No, she has to wear a tracksuit to bed.
Oh. Again, another slip on the sponsor's logo. Back it comes, this time to Gaffer. Sorry, no, Latu. Somerville again.
Beautiful shot.
Nearly touched the roof.
I know.
So they lead it by 1, the Jets. Jets trying to end the season for the Tigers. Tigers fighting for their life. Still 1 game to go tomorrow, and that'll have a lot to do with it. That's Thunder and Rays. An off-the-ball contact here. That's Childs. 2-on-1 in the circle. Friday on the goal line. Finds it and scores. Ooh, it's a fast-paced game, Joe.
It is. Very fast.
So here we go. Back with Latu Mearfowl. Nothing on, has to go back. Childs, Rana, that is.
We've got a really good connection there with Ali and Jada, both being ex-Cougars players as well together.
Indeed. I didn't know Jada was an ex-Cougar player. There you go.
She
I'm learning
was.
something, Joe.
Here you go. That's why you've got me here.
Indeed. You certainly brighten up the commentary box. 2 old dudes commentating the first 2 games and me and Joel. Sorry, Joel, but we are. And that goal goes in there for the Tigers. 6-5, margin 1. 8:43 to play in this, the first quarter. This is probably going to be the toughest game of the round.
You can see Lynette's trying to work really hard against Charlie Bell at the moment. Trying to stay tall. Unfortunately, she got pulled for the contact.
Fun fact, Joe, so far no shooters have missed. Oh, sorry, that's not true. Oh, no, that's right. Yeah, all the shooters have scored, yep. So 2 from 2, 3 from 3, 3 from 3, 4 from 4. Well done. So yet to miss a shot. It's a high-class performance here by both teams. Oh, that one gets thrown away. McLeod threw it straight to Sherlaw. And the Jets looking to win this first quarter, make the job that little bit harder.
Oh, beautiful, Jada.
Jada Gaffer gets up, gets it, and look at the pace here by McLeod. She's got some speed to burn. Latu Mia foul.
Oop.
Misses, but Condren falls out of court. There's a contact call here on Latu Mia foul. So we're back with the Jets. Oh, that was a step, I thought. Play on, said the umpire. Pollock with it, looks long. And Malgate is caught for the contact. I think, from memory, this is exactly the same starting 7 they had last week. So a bit of consistency coming for the Tigers now. Friday fumbles. Misses the shot. Charlie Bell with the big rebound and scores. Margin is 3, Joe. It's starting to slip away for the Tigers.
Oh, it's early days.
Early days, but they've got to win most of the quarters to get into this Final Four spot.
They do.
Bell with it. Shoots and scores. That was a quick shot. 9-5. Ooh. Tigers looking for a Mizuno momentum shift right here. Oh, they fire it. Latu Mia foul falling out of court. Stays in like a tightrope walker. Shoots here and scores over Condren. And there's your Mizuno momentum shift right now. And boy, they needed that, the Tigers. Ball back with Beryl Friday.
Beryl seems to be getting into the circle quite easily at the moment.
I said a few weeks ago, Beryl Friday is back playing Beryl Friday of Firebird era netball.
Yeah.
She has been super. Like last year at Wildcats, she looked a little bit lost, but this year, whoa, boy, oh boy, she's been good. Had a little bit of an injury a few games back, and maybe that's why she hasn't played as much court time, but looks like to be moving brilliantly now.
Yeah, she's found a stride, certainly.
Just in time for semis, which start next week. Joe, you excited?
Very excited, actually.
Excellent, that's good.
Yes, all pumped for that.
So you'll be too busy. You'll be coaching your team. You won't be able to commentate, Joe. You'll be too busy. The big pass in doesn't connect with Latu Mia foul. Probably shouldn't have been thrown. We're inside the last 6 minutes of this first quarter. Margin 4. So sure, looks for Hams. Finds a Hams. Can't go in. Has to go back. The long pass here. Even Steph O'Brien can't pull that one in. That one had a bit of snow on it as well. And the turnover here by the Jets. Speaking of turnovers, the turnover conversion rate, 67% for the Tigers. That's 2 out of every 3 turnovers they're scoring off. Only 43 for the Jets. Well, there's one they didn't score off. Condren does well to close that one down. Bridie Condren, of course, played with the Fever last year. Got on court for them a few times. And back with the Jets. The Jets in the green, going left to right of your screen. The Tigers in their traditional black and gold, right to left. Everything to play for. Charlie Bell does brilliantly. Uses Lynette Childs as a bit of a balancing post. And it's 11-6, Joe. What's happening?
I think the Tigers need to tighten the space up a bit, like start stepping up to the player once they release the ball. They seem to be giving them a little too much space at the moment.
Charlie Bell there, she's holding high, looking for that backspace. When they started coming back last week against the Bull Sharks, that's what they did. Bell held high, and there was that easy pass into the backspace. Probably that's Lynette Childs playing keeper, needs to come off and get in behind the backspace and give it the front position.
Yeah.
And then make a pass out. Because like most shooters, they don't have the best passing game in the world. So back with Latu Mia foul. She fires it across. McLeod, Somerville. They need a goal here. Nice transitional play here. They're working it in. Triangle offense. Somerville, brilliant fake to go back out. Finds Latu Mia foul on the baseline drive, and she scores. 12-7, margin of 5. Here we go. Bridie Condren on screen there, supporting a new hairdo by the looks of it. And
Lynette tried for the intercept there, but unfortunately got pulled for contact.
2 and 1 in the circle, and that's too easy. Contact call here makes it even easier. Charlie Bell from 0 foot will take the shot. So
that was a nice shot by Charlie.
Charlie Bell's got 9. She's 9 from 10 and has ticked over 400 for the season. She's now at 403. Alicia Adams-Tahara, who played earlier today, is at 422. So Charlie Bell in pursuit of being the #1 shooter by goals scored at the moment. Hawks come on at wing defence. Hands here. No, Child's last touch the Tigers. Margin is 6. We've got 3:15 to play. This quarter probably is going to go the way of the Jets. So the equation is quite simple from now. The Jets have to win all 3 quarters and the game from this point on. That was Beryl Friday shoots and scores, and boom shakalaka. Margin is 7. Tigers need to get a few back here before the quarter time break. They don't want this game to be slipping away from them. Hams does well and finds Charlie Bell all too easy at the moment.
That was very easy.
Would you bring on Shelley Rosenoff to try and spark that circle defence?
Oh, Shelley's, look, she's a firecracker. I think her fast pace and her movement in the circle will certainly add to that.
Shelley the firecracker.
Yes.
So Somerville from range. This time she misses, and the contact call on, I think it's Abigail Latu-Mearfowl. She's out of play. So things starting to fall apart a little bit here for the Tigers. Condren climbing through the corporate boxes there. We have some ball girls, but they mustn't go in there. So, back with the Jets, and they're away. Condren, the old give and go, coming out of the defensive end. And here we go. O'Brien looks down. Oh, slip here. Those decals are a little bit slippery when the players land on them.
Yeah, they are.
So we need them for the Suncorp Super Netball. You know what we need? We need the big ones that they put in the NBA. They have the lights on the roof and they beam down, and there's nothing actually on the floor.
That's a good
the latest
idea.
thing, yeah.
You're an ideas man.
They're about 200,000 each. We probably can't afford them, but geez, they look great on the NBA. So if only we were $1 billion industry like the NBA.
Yeah.
So Charlie Bell gets goal 16 for the Jets. They lead it by 9. It's their centre next. We've got 1:39 to play. I know there's a long way to go in this game, but they can't let this get any further away right here. Contact call on McLeod on O'Brien. She doesn't agree with the call. That was umpire Winterbom called it. Charlie Bell owning the backspace at the moment. She leads it now. The margin is double figures in the first quarter. There's Charlie Bell.
I think Lynette's got to start trying to confuse the space around Charlie, so the feeds
come off the body, you reckon?
Yeah, come off the body, move around the space, confuse the feed, and push Charlie to the baseline.
Wise words from Supercoach Joe Hope, and Tigers need to do something. They're down by 10, and loose hands there, but Hock hangs on to it just. Again, they look long. No, they don't. Back to Sherlaw. Good defence here. Bit of a zone being played by the Tigers at the moment. Both shooters out of the circle now, but they let them back in all too easy. And there's Charlie Bell. Oh, a la Gretel Gruetta. Bit of showtime from Charlie Bell.
She's entertaining.
That'll keep her dad, Dave Bell, very happy. I'm surprised he hasn't commented. He's usually on the Facebook. So lots of Tigers fans watching this one. And back we go. Back with Rihanna Childs this time. We've got an obstruction call. 15 seconds left. Tigers need to go and go fast. Childs with it, fires it down. Too much for Somerville. She can't get that one. And the player from Western Districts Juniors gets the ball back. It's back with Condren. She fires it across. Hock to O'Brien, and the first quarter comes to an end. And it's not good news if you're a Tigers fan. You're down by 11, and your quest for fourth is stumbled at the moment. Jets 18-7. Second quarter coming straight after these short messages from our sponsors. Welcome back, HART Sapphire Series. We are in the penultimate game of the preliminary rounds, round 14, coming to you live from Nissan Arena here in the southern suburbs of Brisbane. the Olympic City for 2032. My name's Dave Mills, joined in commentary, of course, by Tigers Ruby coach Joe Hope. Joe, Tigers not the start they were looking for.
No, definitely not the start, particularly in the attack, and I think they need some really hard drives out to the ball. They seem to be caught in a cluster together, so I'm hoping that Coach Burns can talk them through that and get them out of that for the second quarter.
So Wildcats earlier today, they took on the QUT netball. Nothing to play for on that one, and QUT took care of business 72-35. The Bull Sharks were playing for fourth. They had to win it. They had the toughest job of all. They took on the Cougars, the undefeated Cougars, and unfortunately Cougars 62-35 ended the Bull Sharks season. Now that leaves the Tigers. They've got an opportunity here. They can make fourth if they win the next three quarters and the match. So they've got to win by more than 11 now, and if they take that, they'll jump into fourth spot. That leaves one game tomorrow from 11:30 a.m. The Mendy Rays taking on the USC Thunder live from Townsville Stadium. Of course, we'll be in the hub down at Cooperoo there, calling that one. That'll be Hannah Davies and Joel Wise calling that one. Let's talk about some statistics. Last time these two teams met, the Jets took care of it 67-42. They met back on May 29th, round 7. Head-to-head, the Jets lead at 5-0. Last week, the Jets did have a shock loss to the Bull Sharks, 40-55, and the Tigers were brilliant in their victory over the Thunder, 59-55. So, everything to do for the Tigers. What do you say to them, Coach?
Oh, look, just, breathe and have a think about what we've done at training, go through that process and just get those connections right. Talk to each other on the team, on the court, communication. That's really key.
So Latu Miafau's gone to goal attack. Somerville the shooter. That's the big change for the Tigers. Is there any other changes you can see? Looks like we've got a new centre in there. Malga's gone to centre. McLeod to wing defence. Any other changes that you can see there, Coach?
No, I think you've got those changes down pat.
And the Jets seem to be, as they finished the first quarter, they are in exactly the same spot as they were at the quarter-time break. They get the first in the second quarter, and they lead at 1-0. I cannot stress, if the Tigers don't win every quarter from now, their season is done. So back with Hams at the moment. She gets an obstruction call out of Ali McLeod. And Friday with it, looks in, goes out again to Hams, who finds Charlie Bell a little bit too easily under the ring. And if we look in the back corner there, we see the bench warming up for the Jets. Lily Covey having a few stretches there, as is Pollock and Houston. So it looked like there could be some changes coming to the Jets as they get ready for finals. Don't forget, finals next week.
Yes, finals.
Get your tickets, go on to Ticket Tick. And when you buy your tickets, you nominate your favourite netball club, and you go into the draw to win $2,500 worth of sponsors product. And given that we're sponsored by HART, I'd imagine that's some pretty good stuff for your netball club. Of course, if you want to help the men's netball out, put down the Queensland Suns as your favourite club. So the ball's kept in.
It's turned over.
And it falls the way. Oh, Charlie Bell obstructing there. And of course, the finals next Sunday, 1 and 3. Just don't know if it's 1 or 2 first, but 1 and 3 from Nissan Arena. Get your tickets, get your backside courtside. It will be a great final series. So back we go. McLeod with it now. Fires it in. Latu Miafau on the fly. Much more patient offense at the moment. She swings it across. Somerville outside the circle. Has to get back in. And somehow, don't know how, but it falls the way of O'Brien. Did you happen to see the Jets play last week, Coach?
I watched a little bit of the game.
They're a different team. This is not the same Jets team that was there last week, is it?
No, very flat-footed last week. Very low.
Yeah.
No momentum, no connections.
If anything, I think we might have mentioned in commentary, they look tired. So I don't know for a fact, but maybe they've been doing some heavy training just leading into finals. You know what I mean? Like you do a couple of weeks of heavy training, a few weeks out from finals.
Yeah.
And maybe they felt that fatigue. And this could be an absolute masterstroke by Tracy Jeans-Fraser.
And you always have that game, Millsy, where it's just doesn't go your way, whatever you do. And it's good that it's actually not in the finals.
Absolutely.
That they experienced that.
The loss they had to have was last week, maybe.
Yeah.
Cougars have taken care of everyone, so you understand why Cougars might have beaten them. But, Beryl Friday did the fancy off the post and missed the easy shot. The fancy part was great. The missed shot, not so much. But the Jets in coasting mode at the moment, and backs it up with a break. Was that Beryl? I think that was Friday. Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
So Friday with the break. Back with Gaffer now. They fire it down. This is a chance for the Tigers here. They losing the quarter at the moment 4-1. So things need to happen. Ooh, loose hands here. Could be a replay. It is.
Yeah, they actually lost it in the same spot just before.
Umpire Winterbottom all over that. Admittedly, it was a pretty easy call. O'Brien fires it across. Beryl Friday with looks in, finds Charlie Bell. Had a body the wrong way. She rips it in over Lynette Childs. Class play by Bell. Ring-a-ding-ding. She gets another one. 23-8. I see you smiling at the ring-a-ding-ding, aren't you? I can tell. You'll be back. so it's Jets.
I was warned about that one.
Jets by 15. Timeout Tigers. They're using their timeout early in the second quarter. Coach Burns needs to have a chat. They need to address this. They're down by 15. And at the moment, it's a different Jet side to the one we've seen the last couple of weeks. They are a different unit. So whatever they did at training certainly worked. Let's try and listen in to hear what the Tigers have got to say. There's a lot of music being played. We don't know if we can hear it.
Catch the ball, pass the ball. Simple basics. We're losing out on the basics, okay? Just do our job.
Back centre, I'll drive down because they're doing a flood. If I get it, you guys will have more numbers down here.
In attack, right, they're pulling out the way. You need to be able to get some depth. It's like right and then come back up. But we're just letting them push a lot. There's no free rhythm on that. So down forward and then come back. We need to have like directional rather than right? Defensively, we've got to contest every pass. The centre is running the game, so we've got to go every single one. Okay? Hands over pressure, because when we do that, they spray that level. But getting the turnovers, we've just got to be able to convert the turnovers, right? Everybody on three.
So lots of wise words there. It started with the players and then Coach Burns came in. She really needs them to, well, first of all, work on the basics. You agree with all you heard there?
Yeah, pretty much. That's where they're losing it. As even Meafau said at the start, like the basics, feeding it into the circle, drives to the ball, just the fundamentals to get the ball in.
So Tigers with it. They get us going. They need to get their offensive end working. Currently, a loose pass straight out of the timeout goes over the baseline, and that's the basics they're talking about.
Exactly.
Looks like Lily Gray's coming at centre. McLeod to wing defence. Gaffers at wing attack. And the shooters, of course, Latu Meafau and Somerville. Do you think bringing Tash Robinson on would open up that circle? Will that make it easier for them?
Oh, look, I think Amy and Abby are doing a really good job. I think it's feeds in. Predominantly as well, so I think it's more important that they focus on those feeds, I think.
So we're back to the quarter time score is 6-1, and we keep telling you that because if they don't win this quarter, then the season is done for the Tigers. Lily Cubby snuck in there at GA for the Jets, and she starts with a goal straight up.
I think Lynette's spending a bit of time on the floor, Millsy.
Cleaning the pine.
Yep.
Not ideal. So it's a very nice floor as far as floors go, but you don't want to spend too much time on it. And we've got a replay call here on Abigail Latu Meafau.
Yep, just the simple stuff.
That's what she was talking about in the break. And, yeah, she dropped one there. And looks like, yes, Houston's come on. No problem for her. Houston in at goalkeeper. She's had a good season there for the Jets. And, it's getting dangerous for the Tigers. They're 8-1 down in this quarter. 9 to play.
Yeah, see.
And there's the Kay Cotty all by herself, Charlie Bell. And that was just too easy at the moment.
You can see Shelley warming up, ready to come on.
Rosenoff, can she make the difference? Can she stop Charlie Bell? Because at the moment, it's the Charlie Bell show. She is 16 out of 18, and they're finding her so easily. McLeod with it, fires it across. Latu Meafau looking to spire something in super shot range for Somerville. And she gets another one for the Tigers. She is 4 from 6 at the moment. Cubby, loose hands. Is it replay? It is. Back we go. So this is a chance the Tigers. They get a chance for 2 in a row here. Haven't had a lot of that. And unfortunately, the pass from Latu Meafau to absolutely no one. And we're back to an 18-point game. 9-2 this quarter. Can they pick up 7 goals? Tell me, Joe.
Yeah, it's hard. Very hard at the moment. I think the most important thing is they have a look at their basics, as they said before.
Indeed. Hams there went into traffic and thought she'd rolled her ankle. Thankfully she didn't. You don't want to have a busted ankle 1 week before semis.
And we got Tash Robinson waiting to come on at goal attack, so you were right, Millsy.
I called it.
When they come, you've called it.
That's why I'm one of the world's best coaches. So Robinson coming on.
Tash has got great speed.
You didn't laugh that time. That's a good sign. You might believe it. So back with Kappa now.
The players, Millsy, the players.
And it's with Latu Meafau. She fires it across. And looking in, there's just nothing happening in the circle. Condren and Houston have shut down this circle beautifully. And Latu Meafau misses to the right. Technique, her body was twisted and therefore missed the shot. Picked up by Summel. She gets one back. 7 the difference in the quarter. So effectively, if they don't win this one, the season is done for the Tigers. Charlie Bell can't handle that one. This is an opportunity. They haven't had a chance to score multiple goals in a row. So there's Rosenhoff. Called it Rosenhoff for 2 years. Turns out it's Rosenhoff. Oh, McLeod fires it down to Tash Robinson. And we've got a footwork call.
Yes.
Oh, that hurts.
Bit of nervous energy.
So we'll call it nervous energy, and it's back with O'Brien. O'Brien finds Bell on the stretch. Rosenhoff can't pull it in. And the Jets doing all they can to put the season away for the Tigers. And that one hurts a little bit more. It's 11-3, 6:39 to play. And the ball is with the Tigers. Oh, McLeod pulls. Oh, sorry, Lily Gray, sorry. Condren. That's got to be over a third. It is. Got the intercept. Couldn't keep it in the goal mid-third. And we're back with the Tigers. All's not lost. And they find Tash Robinson. Coming into this one, Tash Robinson had incredibly good statistics. 64 from 75 at 85%. She's number 3 in the league in percentage. So some of the scores there. We're back to 11, 29 to 11. 7 the difference. It's getting tougher. 6 minutes to make up 7 goals. Are you an optimistic coach, Joe?
Oh, look, I am. Look, Tigers can turn the ball over.
Well, they got it here. Missed on Bell, and Rosenhoff gets it going.
But we need to convert.
We're not supposed to say we in the com box. We're neutral. says the guy who's employed by QUT Netball.
Tigers need to convert.
Somerville scores. It's we tonight, because Joe, you're one of their best coaches, and it's 29 to 12. Of course, you're working with one of my good friends, Justin Wise. How's he going?
Oh, he's great. He wants a bit of a go up here as well.
In the com box?
Yeah.
Oh, that's never going to happen.
Yeah, he thinks he can tell the jokes.
No, he can't.
Yeah.
No, I've known him too long.
Yeah.
So we played together in the very first Queensland men's indoor team, Justin Wise and myself. One of the fastest male athletes I've ever seen. He is super quick at wing attack.
There you go.
Yes.
Great guy.
We were like chalk and cheese. I'd potter around and he would through the midcourt. So, and we were actually in the first Australian men's team as well. So,
oh, there you go.
Good to know.
Oh, another turnover by the Tigers.
Here we go. It's back to 17. Here come the Tigers. They're starting to roar. Is it too late, though, for their season? Robinson with it now. The margin is 6. They need this goal. Somerville doesn't have the time to be working it in. She needs this shot. She shoots. She scores. Boom shagalaga. It's timeout Jets. And why not? Because the Tigers are on a roll. They've scored 3 of the last 4. And it's 11 to 6 this quarter. 5 the difference. 4:24 to play. Tell me what's going to happen, Joe.
Oh, look, I think Tigers are going to pick up now. Have a think about what their basics are, what they need to do. They seem to have settled the circle with Tash in there now. Her speed has made really good impact.
Let's listen in to Tracy Jeans Fraser.
Get the ball around, break it, do a quick little dish off and either do a double play coming out of that back line. Do not get caught up in that physicality, okay? We want circle's edge. When we hit circle's edge and you've got vision down that court, they're pulling off either one of these shooters and what becomes available. But I also then need you two to be stronger in your hands and the rebounds, okay? Since that last time out, it is now like 7-5 points. Alright? So I expect us to step up here. Alright?
Inspiring words there from one of the best, and she is looking for circle edge feeds, so doesn't want those long balls into Charlie Bell, wants to work hard, doesn't want to get caught up in the physicality, so pretty good, she's in a happy place.
Yeah, Tracy gives really good direction to her players, and I'm pretty sure they'll step up for her.
So they have answered the call, and whatever they did this week of training has worked a charm, because they are playing really well today. So it wouldn't surprise me if they were doing that heavy training coming into last week's game, hence they looked a little bit flat. And it could be a masterstroke coming into the final series. And the other teams are faltering, and they'll be the fittest ones there. So back with the Jets, they get another one. So the margin is 6. So we've got 4 minutes for the Tigers to get 7 goals and not concede 1. This is going to be tough. With Lily Gray, she fires across to Robinson. Robinson needs to drive around like that, and cops one there from Sherlaw. Hip on hip, that got to hurt, wouldn't it? Ooh.
She bounces back really good, Tash.
She does, but there's not a lot of meat on the. So, and steps in for the shot. We've got a margin of 5, 3:35. The season's still alive for the Tigers. Long pass, Lily Covey on the fly. This needs to miss for the Tigers' sake, but it doesn't. The Jets get another one. Margin 17 in the match, and more importantly, 6 for this quarter. They go long. Robinson can't pull it in. It's still with the Tigers on the throw off Houston last. And Tigers, I don't think they realise they don't have long to score.
No.
Very casually getting the ball there. And they fire across Robinson. She gets it close. Shoots and scores. So we're back to this 5-goal margin. They really can't let in any more. Oh, Childs could have had a crack at that. They need a stop. McLeod doing her best to get the stop. Finds Cubby. So here we go. Oh, they can't find Bell. Oh, contact call on McLeod. Or was it offside? Offside. Those pesky shoelaces went offside. 2:31. Tigers season hangs by a thread. Charlie Bell. Oh, they take it off. No, they don't. Rosenoff caught for the contact. Cubby can almost finish the season for the Tigers, but she can't. It falls the way of Rosenoff. Here they come. Joe, get excited. The Tigers, they're still alive. This is great transition. Somerville needs to shoot. Oh, goes back out. Robinson. No, she goes back out. The clock is not their friend, and they turn it over. I hate to say it, Joe, it is a super hard job now. They've got to score 5 in 1:55.
Yeah, it'll be a challenge.
That's putting it very mildly, Joe. But Rosenoff hasn't given up. Great effort by her. She's made a difference since she's come on.
She certainly has.
The girl with the best smile in the league and has the defensive capabilities to back it up. She's a silent assassin. Smiles at you while she pickpockets you. So back with the Tigers now. Tash Robinson nowhere to go. 129. Oh, this is hurting them. Every time they pass it back, it hurts. So Somerville with it. Contact call outside the circle. They fire it in. Play on, says the umpire. This time Sherlaw with the contact. 117. Obstruction call. Ball goes in regardless. Tigers chance for 2 in a row. We're back to a 5-pointer this quarter. Oh, I don't think it can be done. 5 in a minute.
No, I don't think so.
It's like 3 turnovers as well. So it's a silly game, netball. It's the only game in the world where you give the ball away 50% of the time. Yeah. So here you go, you can have a turn. So every other sport, if you don't do it yourself, you don't get it. So Robinson steps in and scores. It'll be back to a 3-point game now, 13-10. Oh, it's 39 seconds. They've come good in the second quarter, but not enough. And I'll just check the ladder. Yeah, they won't. If they win the next 2 and the game, they'll pick up 14 points. That'll take them to 109. The Thunder are secure in 4th. So, Joe, we have a top 4 already decided. But tomorrow's match doesn't have as much on it as we thought it might. So, Bell struggling to get in. O'Brien, they find her in that backspace. And, Childs, Lynette, clobbers her for her troubles. And Rosenoff out of play as well. So the siren will go. Charlie Bell gets goal on number 24 for her from 28 attempts. And Joe, yeah, that's another quarter to the Jets. And unfortunately, that is the season over for the Tigers?
Look, the Jets are playing really well, obviously, compared to last week. And, you know, defensively, they're being nice and hard on the body, following through and getting those turnovers. So they've played a really good half.
They have indeed. Second half coming up straight after these messages from our sponsors. Don't go away.
Hey Netty fans, Netball Queensland is seeking your support for our Diamond Spirit program in 2021. This program is absolutely amazing because it provides opportunities for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander students in the most remote and regional communities in Queensland. Every dollar that is raised will go towards the leadership programs and also providing the opportunity for people in those most remote communities in Queensland to play the sport that we absolutely love. Your donation will make a huge impact on the lives of our Diamond Spirits girls, simply giving them the opportunity to follow their dreams. So, to donate today, jump on the website or make sure you make a donation when you register for Netty in 2021. And don't forget, if your donation is greater than $2, it will be tax deductible.
Did you know that majority of netballers aren't wearing the appropriate shoes on court? Running shoes or generic trainers don't provide the grip and support for the quick, dynamic movements needed in a game. It's time to make the swap with Mizuno.
Welcome back. We have game number, I don't know what it is, but it's the third one today. It's the second last game of the regular season in the HART Sapphire Series for 2021. USQ Jets coming off 3 losses. They're taking on the Carina Lees Club, coming off 3 wins. It's the battle for 4th in the Tigers, but unfortunately they had to win 3 quarters and the match, and they've lost the first 2. And the Tigers season is complete, and we now know the Final 4. My name's Dave Mills, joined in commentary by Ruby's Tiger coach, Joe Hope. Joe, a little bit of disappointment in the Tigers not being able to continue their quest for the 4.
Oh, look, it is certainly disappointing for the girls. I know they've been working really hard for the whole season, and both teams have been supporting each other 100%. So, yeah, it's really sad to see their season end today.
So they can still get some pride out of it. They're only 15 down. If they could turn this around and win the game, that would be some effort. 4 straight to finish the season would be superb. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our principal sponsor, HART Sports. They've been with us for 3 years, and we hope they continue for many, many more. The Gassick Jewelers, Mizuno, Mount Franklin and Powerade. Boy, do I sink some of that. They are our major partners, as are Bondi Vite and Strappit. They're our official partners, and boy, do I use a lot of that too. And all the pictures today have been brought to you by Double Take Sport and the team, Gina and the team there. They do a magnificent job. There's the umpires for today's game. Cara Winterbaum is one of them, and the other one, of course, is, I just got my bit of paper here, Claire Johnson. So having a chat there to Stephen O'Brien, and lots of giggling going on, so I don't know what's going on there. Maybe cracking some jokes.
Probably.
Cool. You're part of the Tigers.
Yeah.
They are brilliant sponsors. Carina League Club, they have the best armies in town, they tell me.
Oh, they certainly do.
I'm about the only bloke in the world that has to pay for them. But yeah, you've got a gold sponsor in Franklin Blinds. They do amazing stuff. Oporto, B-Star, MBE and Strength for all your printing and signage. And of course, the team's kept on the court by Game Time Physiotherapy. Aaron and the crew there, they keep the team fit and healthy. So Tigers, they are one of the best clubs for corporate support, and we thank all their sponsors as well as the major sponsors of the competition. So you do a great job there. And have you been to the Carina Lees Club's Tigers?
I have.
And you've had a palmy?
Yeah, I've had a palmy.
Yeah, they're best in town, aren't
They certainly
they? Did you
are.
have to pay for yours?
No, I
you
didn't.
didn't. I am convinced I'm the only person in town that pays for the Carina Lees Club palmies. Anyway, moving on. Not that I'm bitter or anything. So, what can we tell you now? Well, we know the Final Four is made up of 4 teams. Cougars and QUT will play the major semi-final. The winner of that will go straight through to the grand final. What we don't know is how those 2 teams are going to be affected with the Suncorp Super Netball sides in town. We know Ruby Bakewell Doran and Mia Stour today had to play just limited minutes. They were on 30 minutes per game. So they will be on restricted minutes, we probably think, for the rest of the season. QUT Netball, they haven't got anyone called in at this stage, but they have Riley Bachador and Halida Veve. They, of course, they could be called in at any stage. And, of course, USC Thunder, they're the feeders to the Lightning, so they could lose some players as well. So it will be, the final makeup will be 1v2, which will be Cougars versus QUT. 3v4 will be USQ Jets taking on the Thunder. It'll be great netball. You can get your tickets at Ticket Tech or click the link on the HartSapphireSeries.com.au. And when you get your tickets at Ticket Tech, it'll ask you who your favourite club is. You nominate a club and you go into the draw to win $2,500 of our sponsors' products for your club. So that's a great promotion. And of course, don't forget the Firebirds are in town Tuesday night and Thursday night. Get on to firebirds.com.au for all the ticket information. All the games at Nissan Arena are a COVID-safe environment, so you'd have to wear your mask. And don't forget, we are a cashless venue. So, Joe, when you come and watch, don't bring your barrel full of money, because you're getting on big money down there at the Tigers, aren't you? You don't pay for your palmies, so you've probably got plenty of cash, but you don't bring that. Just bring your cards or your phone.
You just got to know the right people, Millsy.
Yeah, clearly I know no one. So they swing it across. I got a free Coke before. That's part of the sponsors product. That was nice.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, I know. So had to pay for the other two. But anyway, back with Tash Robinson. The margin's 15. The Jets playing a lot better brand of netball than last week. And I reckon you'll find that they've had a couple of hard weeks of physical training. And that is why they were a bit flat in the last two games. Charlie Bell sinks it. And she is on fire today. Let's look at some stats. Charlie Bell, 23 from 25 at 90... Sorry, no, that's not right. At 86%. That's pretty impressive, Joe.
Very impressive for Charlie. Yeah.
And Beryl Friday, 5 from 7. And Lily Covey just sneaks on there for a lazy 3 out of 4 at 75. That's pretty good. Let's talk about the Tigers. How are they going?
The shooting stats for the Tigers. Mia Fowl was at 63%, like 6 from 8. Amy Somerville at 80%, 8 from 10. And then we've got Tash Robinson on 100%, 4 from 4.
Tash Robinson, number 3 with a bullet for the highest percentage. She's at 85% for the season. So if they could just get it to her a lot more, then it'll be great. So, and the ball is knocked out of here by the Tigers, 34-17. The difference is 17. O'Brien with it now, fires it across. Pollock's back on. Let's look at the lineups. So we've got Houston in the keeper spot for the Jets. Pollock at wing defence and Shaw at goal defence. Condon gone to the bench. We look at the mid-court of Steph O'Brien. She's in at centre. Wing attack is Brooke Hams. And then the shooting end is Lily Cubby and Charlie Bell. Charlie Bell working hard on the defence here, which is great. Any changes to the Wildcats, the Tigers side at all?
No, same side as when they came off. Erin's obviously comfortable with what she's got on there on court at the moment.
Erin Burns, the coach of the Tigers. Unfortunately, we won't see them in the semis. It's back with the Jets right now. Their centre pass, margin 16. And long pass here finds Lily Cubby. Let's look at her stats coming into this game. Lily Cubby, 176 out of 236. She's 9th on volume, and at 75%, she's number 19 in the league.
Shelley's just had a win against Charlie there. She's got the ball turned over.
Not many keepers can say that, can they?
No.
Had a win against Charlie Bell. So, back they go. Tigers with it. They're firing. Oh, never thrown in the air.
I think it's just like ball placement's key here. We seem to be putting it in the wrong spot for Amy.
Or putting it in the right spot for the defence.
Yeah, probably.
Half full, always half full.
Yes.
So they fire it over. Cubby with it now, looks in, fires it across. Hams been steady today. Back with O'Brien. Of course, O'Brien was at the AFLW draft last weekend. I don't know how she went, but she's part of that program at the moment. So we might not see her in the league next year. Or given that the AFLW is pretty early in the year, I reckon she could play both sports.
Probably.
If anyone could, it'd be O'Brien. She is one fit individual. So Somerville fires it across, finds Tash Robinson. Oh, nearly slipped out of the hands there, and eventually it does. McLeod can't pull it in. Just seems to be a little bit of deflation in the Tigers at the moment. So, fires it across this time. Jets in transition again. Long ball.
Oh, Shelley's going to go there.
Rosenoff came out with a smile and nearly picked the ball off as well. And the Jets doing it easy at the moment. They're scoring 2-1. There's Rosenoff and Bell on screen. And Hams, nowhere to go, has to go back. Cubby again, the double team and Charlie Bell. I'm not sure that's the best tactic in the world, because Lily Cubby will drive around all day and take one defender with her, and then it becomes one-on-one, usually in the wrong position, if that makes any sort of sense.
Yeah, her work rate's been really high too off the centre pass.
Lily Cubby?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has indeed. She's very diminutive. That's a flash word, isn't it? Diminutive.
What does that mean?
Secret squirrel type, you know, like you don't see her there, but then she pops out and she'll, you know, before you know it, what she got? Look, she's at 3 out of 4, 75%, you know, look, drops in the back corner, opens it up for Charlie Bell. So, and we forget sometimes she's still at school.
Time for school.
Yeah. I commentated one of the games with her earlier in the year, and I said, how's your night looking? Oh, good, I've got to go home and do my biology assignment. Just sort of put everything in perspective for me. So, and the ball is now with the Tigers. They've got nowhere to go. This defence at the moment by the Jets, this is where they win the matches.
Yeah, Tigers just seem to be standing for the ball as well, so you can't do that against Jets.
Well, let's look at the Jets' defensive record. They average 40.6 per game. They're number 1 in the league, even ahead of the Cougars. Offensively, they're at 57, so they're number 2 in the league offensively and number 1 defensively. The Tigers, on the other hand, offensively, they scored about 45.5. They're at number 5, and they let in 54.5, so they're number 6 in defence.
So Cubby's gone for a rest, and Beryl's back on.
Sneaky little move there, the
Yes.
diminutive. See, diminutive snuck off there, see? So she's gone to the bench. Beryl Friday back on, that's a good sign. Hasn't been coming back on a lot in the last couple of games, so that's a real positive. There was a hint that she had an injury. She was denying it, but she did take a bump about 3 games ago against QUT.
I think Tasha's just missed her first goal.
Well, let's look at the stats. Tash Robinson, she did. She's 6 from 7 at 86. And that young lady there, the number 1 shooter in the league by volume, number 2 in percentage. That's Charlie Bell. She's 32 from 37. And an absolute target for this side. Friday, will she shoot or pass off? She shoots and scores. Why wouldn't you? They're double the margin. It's 21 the diff, 41 to 20. Tigers had it all to play for, but maybe they played their best game last week.
Maybe.
Yeah, we said that about the Bull Sharks in the last game. They were brilliant last week against the Jets.
They certainly were.
So maybe they played the grand final last week as well. So Tash Robinson turns, shoots, scores. She's back on track after that shock miss. And we have a margin of 20. So McKeely Hawks come back on at wing defence. So the rolling subs, which I hate so much, working well.
That was a really good turnover by Tash, and she's just converted her own goal.
So Robinson started it. She finishes it with the goal. There she's on screen. And yes, indeed, you're 100% right. That was a nice play by her. So you said she started in the Ruby side with you at the start of the year?
She did. She started with Ruby. She was elevated up to Sapphire about halfway through the season. So real credit to her work ethic and her commitment to her netball. So I was really proud, but sad to see her go from Ruby, but really proud that she got elevated up to Sapphire.
So it's, you get very proud to see your player go up, but then you just don't get the benefit of their abilities. It's a strange system we live in. But yeah, she's done well since she's come up. As I say, she's crept herself up to number 3 in the league in percentage. That is quite brilliant. And not bad volume, like 64 out of 75 coming into this one. And today she's hit 8 from 9. So you think she'll be a fixture up in the Sapphire next year? Is that?
Yeah, I'd like to think so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All things being equal, if they don't recruit outside, that she'd be the next one up.
Oh, absolutely.
There we go. And you've got some other stars coming through that I don't know about?
Oh, look, I've got lots of stars in my team. Have you got all night?
Oh, you talk a big game, Coach.
Oh, look, they're all beautiful players. I love each and every one of them. They work really hard on court. We're a really good family.
So let's talk about the Tigers. You are Metro, Cannon Hill, Redlands. I'm missing one. Missing 2, I think. Anyone else in there?
No, that would be it.
Redlands, Cannon Hill, Metro.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's where you pull from?
Yes.
So well done. Nice shot there. So Barton back to 20. Little sneaky move here. Bridie Condren with the new do. The new do.
Yes.
So, I don't know what you call that, but we'll call it the Condren.
It's called stylish. Being stylish.
Look who you're talking to. So,
being fashion forward, Millsy.
I'm wearing my nice jeans. So Charlie Bell with it. She shoots and scores. And Bridie Condren comes on at keeper. She'll make life a bit more difficult for Somerville. McLeod looks down, still nowhere to go. Hard hook with Gray. And Gray was in your team as well, or is in your team?
No, she was in Ruby last year.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh, Bridie's on the ground.
That's what you do, but Sherlock covers her and takes the intercept regardless. They fire it to Cubby. And away they go, the Jets. Cubby again stuck on the transverse this time. And we've got Cubby at wing attack, Beryl Friday at goal attack. So looks like Hams has gone to the bench and having a well-earned rest. So it's a fair bench when you've got Hams and Pollock and Abigail Houston on the bench.
So the Child Sisters have done a bit of a tag team and Lynette's on now.
That's good. I'm glad I got you because I struggle with those two. At the start of the year, they had their ponytails were covering their names at the back too. That made it even worse. So, thankfully, Lynette's decided to put her hair up a bit. So Beryl Friday shoots from range, misses, but Charlie Bell, huge on the rebound, scores it back. And Beryl Friday, 8 from 11. Charlie Bell just humming along, 35 from 40. Making her dad proud. He knows all his stats. If I make a wrong stat, he tends to let me know. And back we go. Somerville in super shot range. And, oh, it was more in than out. And, oh, could be a replay. No, missed by the umpire. Play on, says the Jets. And they run away with it. Sherlock, one of the co-captains of this side with Steph O'Brien. So Beryl Friday, super shot range, doesn't go. Puts it back out with O'Brien, and a nice little bounce pass. Rosenoff. Ooh. Might have been an elbow swung there. Do we say accidentally?
Oh, I would think so.
Accidentally it is. So 47-23. Just looking for some drama,
Some drama.
Come on, we've got to have some drama. The game's getting away from us here.
Start gossip.
We need something. Oh, there was a deliberate elbow swung. Oh, it's off to the judiciary. So, and back we go. Beryl Friday inside the super shot range. Gets the obstruction call on Rosenoff.
Bit short there.
And it will make the job a little bit easier. And Brian meanders after that one. So it's a 15-6 quarter. That goal will make it 16-6. You'd have to say the wind has gone out of the Tigers' sails. They had a little run there coming into half-time. Wasn't enough to win the quarter. And now the realisation that their season ends tonight. Which is always sad, isn't it?
It is sad, but I think the important thing is, you know, to continue to work hard and finish the game and do the best you can at the time. Well,
they've done heaps better than last year. They finished, there was only 6 teams in the comp last year, finished 6th. They'll finish 6th this year probably, if I'm just looking at the table. Yeah, they will. But much better performances this year than last year.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. The involvement of, they went out and recruited a couple of players there, like McLeod coming in the mid-court. I think that's helped enormously.
Oh, it certainly has. Like, Ali's a real credit to the team. She fitted in like a glove straight away. So
that was her on camera just then. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it was good, and it gave it a lot of drive through that mid. And I think when Latu Mearfow's been there, that gives them a lot more energy as well in the shooting end. So that's And Somerville as solid as ever.
Yep.
So, and the Child Sisters coming up, that's a big step up for those guys, and
it is.
They're playing particularly well.
Yeah, so it's all about building.
So
and ensuring that, we've got a really good team.
Got any scoops for us that I don't know about?
No scoops.
No scoops. No one's coming in.
No scoops.
Caitlin Bassett's coming back from New Zealand. I hear she's not sliding into the team or anything.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Thought you might have been able to pull something there. Caitlin Bassett playing HART Sapphire series. That'd go well. That would get us some positive press.
Oh, wouldn't we get tickets sold there?
Oh, we would indeed. Come on, Caitlin, come back. Come to Brizzy. You like the sunny coast when you're there. So
she did.
Brizzy's not that far away. So, the best press we've had was when Ricky Stewart went crazy. So Robinson cops one in the back and the obstruction call here. She'll have the shot. Shoots and scores. So Tash Robinson continues his impressive stats. She's 9 from 10 at 90% for the game. But the game is gone. 24 the difference. We've got 1:13 to play in this, the third quarter. Rosenoff trying to make it a little bit harder for Beryl Friday. And it works well. She gets the rebound off the missed shot.
You see
what's going on here?
Meafell's come in at goalkeeper.
What's going on there?
That's a turn up for the books.
What do I not know that you know? Has she played there before?
I've never seen her play there before.
So, Latu Meafell, she said, give it to me, I'll play keeper, I'll shut down Charlie Bell.
Oh.
And that's probably not the best way of doing it.
No.
So, just...
Charlie's up, she's nice and strong. She's
up.
up.
She is indeed.
Takes the shot.
So, it could get a bit messy in there if you've got someone who's not used to playing keeper. So, and back with, that's Gaffer there at wing attack. Lily Gray looks in, finds Somerville, but it draws the foul from Sherlaw, and there's a goal. I can hear a bell ringing, I can't see it.
No.
And it wasn't Charlie Bell that scored. So I thought we'd hear it when Charlie Bell scores. So Bell can't pull in that one. Latu Meafell holds her high. She's taken the back spot. We talked about this in the first quarter.
We did.
And the third quarter comes to a halt. It's another one that belongs to the Jets. They win it 18-9. They've won 3 and they lead the match 50-26. 1 quarter left in the season for the Tigers. How it will pan out, we'll find out when we come back straight after these messages.
With all the news and content regarding the series.
It's a real local operation here at Franklin. That's why we've been around so long. A lot of our staff have been here for 20, 25 years. We make so many things ourselves so we can really look after you in price. Steve makes awnings, Ray makes roller blinds, Lockie makes security screens, Nick measures and quotes. Is that everything? And Kevin makes tea. Frankly, only Franklin will do.
Welcome back to the scenes here of Tracy Jeans-Fraser from the Jets talking to her Chargers. She is in a very positive mood. They are leading this game 50-26. We're in the second last game of this regular season for the HART Sapphire Series for 2021, and what a season it's been. The Tigers got it going 3 rounds ago. They started a winning streak. Looks like it's coming to a conclusion today, and their season will end. They are down by 24. My name's Dave Mills, joined in commentary by Ruby's coach, Tigers Ruby's coach, that is, Joe Hope. Is there any hope from Joe?
No, not at the moment. It looks like Jets will take out the game, but it's important that Tigers finish strong.
Let's talk about the semi-finals next Sunday, 1st of August, 1 p.m. We'll be on air just before 1. It is, we're not sure if it's 1v2 or 3v4, but they're the 2 games that we have. So the 1v2 games will be the Cougars, who won today. They'll be taking on the QUT side, and the 3-4 game will be the team you're watching right now, the Jets, and they will be taking on the Thunder. The Thunder have it won. They play tomorrow, but it doesn't matter if they don't get a single solitary point. They will finish 4th, and they're up in Townsville taking on the side from the Mendy Rays, who have been a big improver this year from the last time they were in the competition. So Tigers with it now, and the keeper is still Abigail Latu Meafell.
Oh, they've just lost
Charlie
it over
Bell.
the baseline.
That's not an ideal start. They'd love to win this last quarter.
Get up.
Nearly lost your headphones there.
I did.
So, pick the rookie commentators anyway.
Oh, look, I can't see.
Got a big screen there. That's pretty big. So the ball back with the Tigers now, and Latu Meafell in this unfamiliar goalkeeping position. Maybe that's why she should have stayed with the Firebirds, could have become a keeper. So Thunder, maybe they didn't use her in the right spot. Nice turnover here, hands over from, that's Houston.
It's really good defence by Jets tonight.
That is their forte. They've held them to 26. That's where they won the games. Whenever the Jets have been in trouble, they've gone to their defence. Like, if for whatever reason they've shut down Charlie Bell, which not many teams can, but if it's happened, then they turn to their defence. And like I say, last week when they were in a bit of trouble, they turned to defence and they got themselves back into it. They actually drew the second quarter. It looked like the Jets were going to come home, but just the Bull Sharks were phenomenal last week.
Yeah, I don't think the Bull Sharks could do anything wrong last week.
Yeah, you have those games, the bounce of the ball, like they threw one pass, everyone missed it, it hits the post and falls straight in the hands of the shooter. For all money, it was going to go over a third. And yeah, they just had one of those games. And
Lily Cubby's back on at wing attack.
So Cubby at wing attack. Friday getting some mileage and length. She hasn't played a lot the last couple of weeks. Indicating that probably that injury she told me she didn't have was a little bit more serious than what she thought. And we are back with the Jets. They score again. They're at 2-1 at the moment. They're 52-26. They've been there pretty much for the whole match, scoring 2 goals to every Tigers 1. So let's talk semi-finals. Is this the Jets? Are they back, Joe Hope? Tell me.
Oh, look, I think they're back. I think you're right. They were doing
really
some.
Were they ever really gone?
Oh, look,
I reckon
they just had a moment last week, just a moment.
I reckon they just had a bad game and they'd done a lot of heavy training, and I reckon we were all panicking about nothing.
Yeah.
So it was pretty clear they're going to make the 4 after about the first 4 rounds of the competition.
Yeah.
And so I'd say Tracy Jeans Fraser was smarter than all of us, and she's had them pretty much primed, and now they're going to peak. So. Yeah.
Absolutely, Tracy's a strong coach. And
so let's talk about the first game, or the major semi. It's going to be QT taking on Cougars.
Yes.
Will the Cougars get beat?
I don't think so. I think they're strong. They've been pulling up from Ruby for the whole season as well, and they've maintained their leads. They've kept the strength in their team, so I don't think they can do wrong.
So the Cougars without Ruby Bakewell-Doran and Mia Stower, would that change your thoughts if they have to be in the bubble with the Firebirds? Because that is a possibility as this filthy disease spreads.
As I said, Paddy's had to share players with Liz throughout the season, and they've brought some players in, and they've seemed to be able to keep those connections.
You probably know the answer to this question better than myself. If you use a Ruby player in a semi-final, can that Ruby player go back to play a semi-final?
I don't think you can be on the same scorecard in semi-finals.
So you can't play in both divisions, so if someone plays up, they have to stay up for that week.
I think so.
Okay, cool. Well, that's that'll be something they'll have to take into account as well.
Yeah.
If it happens, we don't know that's going to happen yet, so we don't know what the rules are, and we don't know anything about the bubble. All we know is the Firebirds are playing Tuesday night, right here at Nissan Arena. Get your tickets. Go to firebirds.com.au. It's doubleheader night as well. I tell you what, Joe, I love the midweek netball. I don't know why the league doesn't go to midweek all the time.
I don't mind it either, actually. I've actually got time to watch it.
Yeah, that's right. But in the sporting landscape, when the weekends at winter time, you've got the footies, all the 4 codes, and, it's just too much. And sometimes netball gets a little bit lost. And I reckon that when they go to Fox next year, they should move it to midweek.
Absolutely.
So, I think more people would actually come out and watch because you haven't got kids at sport. And, if they have a family-friendly time, you could really make a big thing of it midweek.
I think so too.
So, solving all netball's problems.
Yes.
Joe Hope from the Tigers.
Oh, look, Tash
does brilliantly, gets an intercept there and has time to fix the ponytail on the way back. Oh, it's getting a bit loose now. That was a loose pass. Somerville couldn't keep it in.
We just need to start looking after the ball.
They're starting to think about Mad Monday, I think. Or do you is it Mad Monday for the netballs, or is it Silly Sunday?
Oh, look, I think they'll support us in the finals, the Ruby team in the finals, and we might do something together.
Nice.
Something like that, yeah.
So you'll be playing 1v2 next week against Cougars, is that right? Oh, geez, that should be a big match.
Against my old mentor, Paddy Farrell.
That'll be interesting. So.
Oh, she's great, Paddy.
The student becomes the teacher. We could write, that script writes itself. It's a shame we're not live streaming that one. I could talk that up all day. Joe with Full of Hope taking on the Cougars. Oh, stop it. Can we please do that game? So back with the Tigers now. They fired across Tash Robinson. She has been super impressive yet again. season winding down for the Tigers. If you look on the bench there, it looks like one of the Child sisters is wearing, is it a Tiger onesie or something? Or is it one of those crazy things I see advertised on, what is it?
I think it's just a
Sooty
towel.
or something, or Oodie or something? What are they called?
I think it's just a towel, isn't it?
Oh, that's disappointing. No marketing opportunities there. So back with the Jets. Houston has it now. Pollock's back up there as well. So it's hard to determine. Tracy Jeans-Fraser has like chopped and changed her starting 7 all year. It's hard to know exactly who her starting 7 is. Would you have Friday have Cubby? You probably would, yeah.
I think she builds strength in all of them.
Yeah, they're all playing really well tonight.
Yeah.
So the coach put the question to them, and they have answered in spades. It is 56-29, a 27-goal win at the present. Could blow out even a little further. So Jets will take on Thunder. Would you pick the Jets over the Thunder in that one? The Thunder, you don't know who they have. They have had them. They're the team that's had the most changes. You know, like players going up, injuries. But Annie Laurie and Binion Hunt, that's a pretty good combination.
It is. It's a very good combination.
Not forgetting Josephine, not Josephine Bingham, the other Bingham sister, Chloe Bingham. So that's 3 great shooters for them. What are you thinking? How are you calling that one?
Well, last week they started with Bingham.
They did.
Yeah, and they had Benny out.
That wing attack, they did.
Yeah, and well, she was at goal attack to
Goal
start
attack, sorry,
off
that's
with.
right. And Laurie was on the bench, my apologies.
Yeah,
yes.
and then she went to wing attack. Laurie came out.
That's correct.
To goal attack. So they had a few combinations going, but I would personally, I'd start with Benny and Laurie.
Yeah, they were great last year in their push for the finals. They came within 4 goals of making the grand final.
Yeah.
The Jets got them in the end in the prelim, and that was a cracker match. Gary Passion's last game in charge of the coach of that team. And, yeah, they did really well. They won 5 of the last 6 coming into the finals. And then they won the first final and then just stumbled in the prelim. They were impressive. So you didn't answer me. Who are you going with? Who are you going to tip? Jets or Thunder?
Oh, look, I think Thunder were really disappointed with their loss last week against Tigers. I think it was one of those losses similar to what Jets experienced as well. And I would maybe go for Thunder.
You're going with the Thunder. Oh, that's a big call. So the Jets call a timeout, 58-30. Joe Hope at hotmail.com. If you're a Jets fan, you can tell her that you think the Jets are going to beat the Thunder next week. Make sure you go to our Facebook page to find out what times the games are on and where. Which teams are playing when. Let's listen to Tracy Jeans-Fraser.
Let's just make sure that we really stick to our game plans and those structures. Okay? So Stephanie's coming on the wing attack. Really, you're going to go to goal attack. Charles, you're coming off. Yeah. And we're going to
Bib's getting swapped around.
Remember, we talked about player accountability and sticking to structures. This is about building ourselves going into those finals next week and making sure that no matter what combination I throw out there, we are able to work through it and make it nice, neat. Let's be direct, dogged, and composed. All right, let's go hard.
Probably the smartest thing she said all year, Tracy Jeans-Fraser. They're working on mindsets, they're building into next week's finals, and that's what this team has done. I think she's pulled a masterstroke here.
Yep, no matter what combination.
Absolutely. She's changed, chopped and changed. I think this is, you're seeing a coaching display here. Their team was down last week, both mentally and physically. She's got them up, and they have played a brilliant game, and I reckon they're back, and I'm going to go against you, Joe. I think they're going to beat the Thunder next week and get themselves a prelim final at worst, maybe a little bit more.
I think Tracy's done a great job with the team this week leading into the game. You can certainly see the performance on court has really shown that.
She used, well, obviously they're attached to USQ, so she used their resources there and got a guy called Stephen Bird in to have a chat to him, and he worked on mindsets and processes and things like that. And well, whatever Stephen and Tracy and, of course, the assistant coach in Nicole Grant, whatever they said, certainly worked. Nicole doesn't say a lot in the times out, and today she had the mask on, so I'm pretty sure she wasn't going to say anything in the timeouts today. And Nicole's a good friend of mine, so that's why I'm stirring her up a bit there. That'll get back. So Jets with it. We're in the final 6 minutes and 16 seconds for the Tigers season. Jets looking to put a few more on. They lead this quarter 8-4.
Just on assistant coaches, Millsy.
Yes, ma'am.
Megan Schnell's last game with Tigers today.
Megan Snell's last game.
Yeah, so she's hanging up her Mizuno shoes.
Mizuno's, and she's retiring from the assistant role. Is she taking something else on that we don't know about?
She probably will still have some kind of contribution to Tigers, but not coaching. So she's been with Tigers for just a bit over 6 years.
6 years with the Tigers in the assistant role the entire time?
No, she's been in Ruby as well. Plus she's taken the 18s and the 16s championship sides as also.
Well, we never say never. She might take a year or two off and come back, but that's a great effort by her. We wish her all the best in the future.
I think the girls and myself and all the officials are really going to miss her.
Is there cake after the game?
I don't know.
Because if there's cake, I'm there.
There might be wine.
Oh, don't do wine. I'm actually a non-drinker, so I don't drink. So yeah, but if you got maybe Coke, I'll have a Coke and a cake, and or maybe one of those. We should all go to the Carina Leagues Club Tigers and have a palmy.
Have a palmy.
And if I sneak in with you guys, I might get a freebie. The amount of plugs I give that place, you'd think they'd give me a freebie. But anyway, moving on. Tash Robinson with it. Oh, nice play here with Somerville. That was a nice play indeed, and. Oh, Robinson misses, and it goes out. It's still with the Tigers. So they kept that quiet. I was down there for about 10 minutes before the game. They didn't mention anything about that.
Oh, Megan's a very humble person.
So you're telling me there's a vacancy there? Is that what I'm hearing? I'm hearing there's a vacancy there.
Oh, don't know.
Well, maybe I can bring the starch that the club needs. You can stop laughing now. No, seriously, Joe, stop laughing. All right, moving on. Won't be going to the Tigers next year, peeps. I might be back on the comm box. So contact call here, and we've got maybe a caution coming here. Accidental. Yeah, Malga, she's getting a talking to the umpire. We didn't see if there was a caution issued, but just a little chat there,
just
maybe.
A bit of a chat, saying settle yourself down.
4 minutes left in your season. Stop hitting people. So here we go. Cubby is back in the GA spot. O'Brien at wing attack. And not quite sure what happened there. Lily turned her back on the ball. It came in and went out. So Latu Miafau at goalkeeper. Is this the move for the Tigers next year?
Oh, I don't know.
You could give me something, Joe.
Very interesting.
Very interesting. I'll take that as a no. So the ball comes over.
I think Abby loves the shooting too much to actually go down the other end.
Is she
permanently
coming back next year? Have you had those talks or anything? Or
no,
when does that all happen?
Really
What's the process?
Well, the process is
Do you appoint coaches first?
Depending on the clubs, and the different contracts that coaches are on, and the amount of time the coaches have the contracts. Usually after the grand final, the first 2 weeks is the clubs can talk to their own players and their own players only.
Right.
And then after that 2-week period, then you can go outside of your club to talk with the other players. So
you're telling me straight after the grand final, no other team brings any other club?
Well, they're not supposed to, Millsy.
Well, that's the funniest thing you've said all day.
I'm in charge of the jokes, Millsy.
62-30. Well, that was hilarious. So, it's like saying NRL players don't talk to other clubs, in the non-contract period. So back with
those are the rules.
Well, we always enforce the rules here at netball.com, and the Jets 63 now to 31. So I guess, you've got to have some rules in place, and that sounds like a good process. I'd imagine they'd have to pick the coaches first, surely. So,
look, I think
again, slip on that.
The players want to know who they're going to be playing for.
Yeah, it's a big thing. A lot of players, and a lot of players follow coaches around.
Absolutely.
Riley Batchelor and Paula Stewart, they're pretty tight.
They are.
So Paul's been at 2 different clubs, so is Riley with her, and some coaches bring out the best in players. Like that relationship is one that seems to be working brilliantly.
Mm-hmm.
So we're back with the Jets. They're closing this one out. They lead it by just on 31. And the season is over for the Tigers. They're in the last minute of it. So don't forget, get your tickets for the semi-final. Go to the ticket tech.
So, Millsy, who's going to be in the grand final with the Cougars?
Well, the Cougars, I think, will definitely be there. It's tough, like QT, Paula Stewart, the way she sets sides, but this has been an impressive display by Tracy Jeans-Fraser. To me, it's one of those two. I'm probably going to go with the QT side.
So you're going against Jets?
I am going against Jets in I think they might come to a stumbling in the prelim final. At the start of the year, I said they might finish third. I thought they were missing one in the mid, and they tried to make a mid-quarter out of McKaylee Hock. They've done brilliantly with that. But I just think when the push comes to shove, they might just get found out in that mid-third there. I've said it all year. I hope I'm wrong. I'm a very good friend of Tracy Jeans-Fraser. Like, we've known each other since the early 90s. She's coached me at different stages of my playing career, so I hope I'm wrong. But I just think I've got a lot to do with QT. I'm part of their organisation. I just see what they're doing at training, and it's really impressive. And, I think a couple of players there are just going to have big final series. So we'll see. Next week, of course, they won't meet. It'll be the Cougars versus the
that was
Jets.
a beautiful turnover.
It was indeed. Of course, we've almost written off Thunder. They could go all the way. So
exactly.
We really shouldn't be doing that. So
well,
Thunder,
I didn't write them off.
You didn't. You actually said they'd win the first round. So okay, let's go. Let's say the Thunder knock out the Jets in the first round, and then let's assume the Cougars go straight through. Who wins out of Thunder and QUT? What are you calling there?
I would say Thunder.
Thunder. So
you've got
a Cougars Thunder final, and I've got a QUT Cougars final.
Yes.
Well, all we can say for certain is this one has come to an end. It's a 32-goal win to the Jets side. They were super impressive. We talked about how impressive the Bull Sharks were last week against them. Well, they answered today in spades. They won every quarter. They won them well. Even in the last, they won it 13-9. And unfortunately for all you Tiger fans out there, and we have a lot of you on the live stream, the Tiger season is done. They will finish 6th. So much better performance. They won 5 this year and drew 1. Last year, I'm pretty sure from memory, they only won the 1 game. So it's been a great improvement by them. Aaron Burns, take your hat off. You've done a great job with this side, as has your retiring assistant, Megan Snell, and Ashley Nagamo as well. Thoughts on this one? Let's start with the Tigers team. Joe, who was the best for them?
Oh, look, I would actually say Tash Robinson.
Indeed, very impressive. Let's look at her stats. 12 from 15 at 80%. She came on, she gave them a lot of energy in that front end. Jets, who do you pick there? There was a lot of good players for the Jets today.
Look, I was liking Lily Cubby today.
Yep.
I thought her work rate was really high, particularly at goal attack, and then obviously the goal assist feeds into Charlie was really important.
Charlie Bell, 41 from 48. That's why she's the #1 shooter in the league with a volume, goals made, which is superb. Let's look at a couple other stats there. Turnover conversion, 67%. That's good for the Jets as opposed to 45 for the Tigers. Early on, the Tigers were actually leading that statistic, 31-46 in the turnovers. The Jets win that one as well. A lot less turnovers than the Tigers. Gains 26-17. So there they are, the Jets. The player of the game for me, this is going to be controversial. I'm going to give it to Tracy Jeans-Fraser. Their team looked beaten last week. They looked like they were down on confidence, and somehow she's turned it around in just 7 days. And this team is a real premiership contender now. Even though we both wrote them off, they could still win the contest. Let's talk about what we got on. We've got one more game tomorrow. That's at 11:30. It's from Townsville. We're calling that one. That'll be Hannah Davies and Joel Wise calling that one. That is going to be a good one. The Thunder, they'll be looking to get back in winning ways. Mendy Race are trying to finish their season strong. Next weekend, of course, semi-finals. It's on Sunday the 1st, 1 and 3. I can't tell you the order of the games. That'll be notified throughout the week. Make sure you get onto our HART Sapphire Series Facebook page or the website, sapphireseries.com.au, for all the information there. There's a happy Tracy Jeans-Fraser. She has pulled a masterstroke, got this team back on track, and they are a premiership contender. Look at that. That's a happy coach, isn't it?
Yeah, certainly.
So don't forget, get on to tickettech.com.au for all your tickets, and you go into the draw to win $2,500 worth of prizes from our sponsors, and you just nominate your favourite club, and I'd recommend nominating the Suns men's team for that one. And of course...
Of course you would.
Indeed. And of course our major sponsors, Heart Sports, they are the principal sponsor. Legassic Jewelers, Mizuno, Mount Franklin and Powerade. I thank both of them today for their contribution to my drinking. They're the major partners. Bondi Vite and Strappit are our official partners. Gina and the team, Caitlin and Jolie is here with us as well. They bring us all the pictures for Double Take Sport, and we thank them for their effort every week. Joe, it's been sensational. We should have had you in the box at the start of the year.
Oh, thanks, Millsy.
I'll take you over Justin Wise any day.
Oh,
you can tell him that too.
Everyone says that.
Thank you for your time. That's it for today. We brought you 3 games. Don't forget, tomorrow we're on air just before 11:30 for the big one. It's the Mendy Rays at home taking on the Thunder. My name's Dave Mills. Thank you for your coverage. We appreciate it. It's bye for now, and as always, be brilliant, people.